Nature of stress. Imagine you have an important exam coming up in a few days and you feel unprepared. You start to worry about failing the exam and what the consequences might be. This worry creates stress. So, let's see what is the nature of stress in detail. Before that, please remember to subscribe this channel if you are new here. Do watch other videos in this channel. Share it with students and those who love learning psychology. Thank you. What is stress? Stress can be defined as any type of change that causes physical, emotional, or psychological strain. Let's understand this with an example. Consider you are moving to a new city for a job. In this scenario, the change of relocating to a new city brings about various stressors. Physically, you may experience the strain of packing and packing belongings, adjusting to a new environment, and dealing with the logistics of the move. Emotionally, you may feel anxious or overwhelmed about leaving the familiar surroundings, saying goodbye to friends or family, and adapting to a new social circle. And psychologically, you may feel uncertain or stressed about the job transition, meeting new expectations, and performing well in the new role. So, stress is any type of change. It causes physical, emotional, or psychological strain. Stress is your body's response to anything that requires attention or action. Everyone experiences stress to some degree. The way you respond to the stress makes the difference. The stress can be short term or long term. Both can lead to a variety of symptoms, but the chronic stress can take a serious toll on the body over time and have long lasting health effects. Nature of stress. Stress is a neutral word. Stress is not bad in itself, but when stress is created by undesirable outcome, it becomes distress. On the other hand, if it is created by desirable and successful effect, it is called eustress. For example, imagine you have an upcoming sports competition. Distress would be experienced if you feel overwhelmed, anxious, and doubt your abilities. You might worry about not performing well, fear criticism from others, and have negative thoughts about the competition. This distress can lead to physical symptoms like tension, racing heart, and sweaty palms. On the other hand, eustress, it would be experienced if you feel excited, motivated, and confident about the competition. You might view the event as a challenge and an opportunity for personal growth. Eustress can enhance your focus, increase your adrenaline levels, and provide a boost of energy, and it helps you perform at your best. Next is stress is associated with constraints and demand. Constraints prevent an individual from doing what he or she desires. If a person wants to buy something but he does not have the necessary cash, it is a constraint. Demand refers to the loss of something desired. If a person wants to go and watch a movie but he is unable to do so because of the pressing official work, it amounts to demand. Both the constraints and demands, it can lead to potential stress. Next is, two conditions are necessary for potential stress to become actual stress. First one, uncertainty over the outcome, and the outcome must be important. Let us understand this with an example. Imagine you are awaiting the result of a job interview. The potential stress arises from not knowing whether you will be offered the job or not. During this phase of uncertainty, you may experience potential stress, which can manifest as worry, anticipation, and a sense of unease. The anticipation of the unknown outcome can create psychological strain and activate the stress response. The outcome must be important. Suppose this job is significant to you because it aligns with your long-term career goals, offers financial stability, and provides an opportunity for personal growth. The importance that you attach to the outcome, it intensifies the potential stress. The stakes are higher and the fear of failure or disappointment become more prominent. As the time passes and the uncertainty continues, the potential stress, it can transition into actual stress. That is, the ongoing strain of not knowing combined with the significance you attribute to the outcome. It can lead to increased stress levels. Next is, stress is not simply an anxiety. Stress may be accompanied by anxiety, but the two are not synonymous. Anxiety is psychological and emotional, where the stress operates in the physiological sphere along with the psychological sphere. For example, a student feels stressed as the exam date approaches. They experience pressure, time constraints, and the need to perform well. The stress arises from the external demand and the expectations placed on them. They may feel a sense of urgency to study, experience physical symptoms like tension, and have a racing mind. The stress is primarily focused on the specific situation or event, that is the upcoming exam in this example, and may subside once the exam is over. On the other hand, anxiety, it happens when the student continue to dwell on the upcoming exam. Their stress evolves into anxiety. Anxiety is a broader, ongoing emotional state characterized by excessive worry, fear, and apprehension. The student's anxiety extends beyond the immediate exam and start to encompass various aspects of their life. They may develop anticipatory anxiety, constantly thinking about the potential negative outcomes and what if scenarios. This anxiety can persist even after the exam is over. In case of stress, it will subside when the exam is over, but in anxiety, it can persist even after the exam is over. And they may worry about the result or the future academic performance, etc. The key difference between the stress and anxiety lies in their duration, focus, and scope. The stress tends to be a short-term response to specific stressor, but the anxiety is a prolonged emotional state with a broader impact on the overall well-being. Next is, stress should also be differentiated from nervous tension. Nervous tension may be a result of stress. Stress is a subconscious action. Even unconscious people have exhibited stress, whereas nervous tension is a conscious action. For example, imagine a person is about to give a public presentation. As the presentation approaches, the person may feel stressed. They may experience pressure to perform well, worry about being judged by the audience, and feel a sense of urgency to prepare. The stress arises from the external demands and expectations associated with the presentation. They may experience physical symptoms like racing heart, sweaty palms, butterflies in the stomach, etc. The stress is focused on the specific event, in this example, the presentation, and may subside once it is over. But the nervous tension, As the person continues to anticipate the presentation, their stress can develop into nervous tension. It refers to a heightened state of nervousness or unease that can encompass a broader range of situations or events. In this example, the person's nervous tension extends beyond the presentation itself. They may experience ongoing nervousness and restlessness, even when not directly related to the presentation. Their anxiety might manifest as general feeling of tension, unease, impacting their overall well-being and causing difficulty in relaxing or concentrating. Here, the stress is focused on the presentation and may decrease once it is over. But the nervous tension is more pervasive and can affect their overall sense of well-being beyond the specific event. Here in this case, the presentation before the public. Next is the term burnout. It is also closely associated with stress. Burnout is closely associated with helping professions like nursing, education, social work, etc. It is characterized by emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and diminished personal accomplishments. Technically, burnout is different from stress. These are generally used interchangeably. Let's see an example. A nurse working in a fast-paced hospital environment with high patient volumes may experience stress. They may handle multiple urgent tasks simultaneously, work long shift, and frequently face emotionally challenging situations. The stress may manifest as feelings of pressure, time constraints, and the need to provide quality care with demanding circumstances. On the other hand, burnout. If the stress continues unabated for an extended period, the nurse may eventually experience burnout. They may start to feel emotionally exhausted, depersonalize the patient interaction, and have a reduced sense of empathy. They may become detached from their work, experience a loss of satisfaction, and struggle to find motivation to provide optimal care. The burnout can negatively impact their well-being, job performance, and even lead to considering a career change. Now let's see certain aspects of the nature of stress. Perception. Stress is subjective and depends on an individual's perception and appraisal of a situation. What may be stressful for one person may not be stressful for the another person. It is influenced by personal belief, values, and past experience. Then, physiological response. The stress triggers a physiological response in the body. When a person perceives a stressor, the brain activates the body's stress response system, releasing stress hormone like cortisol and adrenaline. This leads to physical changes such as increased heart rate, elevated blood pressure, tense muscles, and heightened alertness. Short-term and long-term effect of the stress. Acute stress, which lasts for a short duration, can be helpful in certain situations by enhancing performance and focus. The chronic or the prolonged stress can have detrimental effects on physical and mental health. It can contribute to various health issues, including the cardiovascular problem, weakened immune system, digestive disorder, sleep disturbances, and mental health disorder like anxiety and depression. Stressors. Stress can arise from a wide range of stressors. These can be external stressors such as work demands, financial difficulties, relationship problems, or major life events. Internal stressors like negative thoughts, self-imposed pressure, or excessive worry. It can also contribute to the stress. Individual coping and resilience. Resilience means the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. Individuals differ in their ability to cope and manage stress. Some people may be more resilient and have effective coping strategies, while others may struggle more. Coping mechanism can include seeking social support, problem-solving skills, relaxation techniques, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and engaging in activities that reduce stress. Interaction with environment. Stress is influenced by the interaction between individual and their environment. Stress can be influenced by cultural, social, and environmental factors. Certain environments, such as high-pressure work environment or chaotic living conditions, it can increase the likelihood of experiencing the stress. Now let's have a quick recap on what we have learned. We have learned what is stress, then the nature of stress and certain aspect of the nature of stress. Hope you liked this video. In the upcoming video, we will learn the types of stress. So please share and subscribe. Thank you and keep smiling.